Hello everyone, this is BIGALSKIx, and this is Chapter 5 of my Master Ninja Collection full equipment and weapon upgrade run here for Ninja Gaiden Sigma. This is Rachel's first chapter, and how I start at the beginning is basically what I said in the last chapter. When this chapter started and I went to go save, right before I saved, the timer started, so it wasn't a timed fight at first, so I had to reload the previous save in order to get to this point right here. So again, make sure you save before you grab the Lily Key door in the last chapter so you don't miss out on the time to fight, because you don't want to have to refight the bikers again. So moving forward to here, you can get a couple UTs here at the beginning. You don't want to go too far out because you won't have time to charge, or both guys won't come up. Be careful of your on-landing UT there, because sometimes the copter likes to shoot at you. And also, as I'm going back to save, there's two guys that spawn. I kill the first one, UT the second one, because I want to start building up my essence, because I would like to have the armlet of, or earrings of celerity as soon as possible. Now, timing's kind of critical on this to get your UT there, and so you also don't, get hit by the grenadiers. So you don't want to get two ETs there when you can get two UTs and an ET. So again, as I'm going back to save, fight these guys, start building up my essence. Do that a couple times, save. You have plenty of time here in the chapter. Here's my no running ability. I guess it's the heals. And so you're going to drag this essence up here, but what you could do is, I think I waited in order to UT the guy, but if you get your celerity before this fight, you can actually get another UT out of the fight. I think at least an ET. It's in Tommy's video, but I got the celerity a little too late. So I'm going to go back and save. Again, you have more time. I don't want to pick up the key just yet. So after I pick it up, I think I kill a couple guys here, but I want to leave the third guy alive. And the reason I leave the third guy alive is because if you kill both of those guys, that triggers this fight right here. The gate's going to close on you. But if you leave one guy alive, you can do this fight, then save, and then go trigger the fight. I think I didn't know that or realize that in my normal run video. So this is, of course, a lot better to do, in terms of saving and, not having gauntlets and stuff like that. And this fight right here, it really all depends on their spawn pattern. I think I might have had a time to get an extra UT, spacing and all that stuff that we've talked about, plenty of times before. Maybe I could have jumped away and got the full UT, I'm not sure, and then used this guy right here to stop the timer when I'm picking up the Spirit of Life. All those things add up throughout this chapter. So I go ahead and, or the reason I run all the way across to that side versus just standing there at the beginning is because the bats will just kind of stand there. So I want them to kind of come towards me so I can kill them closer to where I need to drop down to chain essence to this fight right here. So this is the fight I was talking about. If you kill the three guys, this fight would charge, or start up. So you have plenty of time here. Again, a lot of it's spacing, but see a lot of wasted movement jumping around because you don't want to kill 3 or 4 guys. So the fight doesn't turn out too bad. Maybe I could have got another UT out of it. But again, I've had a thing where I've, killed like 4 guys, 3 or 4 guys, and only got a couple UTs. And like I said, I could do that. That guy right there could have ran right into that and I could have killed him. So, I am fortunate to get another UT out of it. It's funny how that guy just kind of flips back a few times. So overall, this was a pretty good fight. It always could be a little bit better, like I said. So save, and now I'm going to go do the Fiend Challenge. You could do the fights inside the monastery first, and then do this last. That way you could, you know, go to Miramasa just kind of one time. But I do this now, I think. Not sure why. But the goal of this, you shouldn't have to go find the little sweet spot that we had talked about in my normal video, since there's so many enemies. But you want to keep track of the kill count and your essence out, so you can just keep the chain going. And don't forget to, you know, if you're going to think you're going to hit the wall, jump around and throw the, you know, press B, whatever that's called that she throws down. You know, that little thing right there. See, that was me waiting a little bit longer than I had to, thinking I had to charge up a UT when I didn't. So it's not the end of the world, but it's just a little bit slower. And that little bit slower adds up over the course of this whole fight. And see, that's where I forget to, you know, throw my, you know, hit B there, and then that just kind of, you know, throws me off just a little bit. But again, keep track of your essence. There's no way you should. Yeah, see, nope, no, I did have another essence out there. See, even watching it, I forgot where my essence is. But the last thing you want to have to do is kill somebody, and because you only had one essence out there. Now you could go up to that sweet spot if you needed to, but again, you know, it's time that's going by. One thing that I do like to do on these runs, even though, like I said, it's not a full-blown karma run, I can get 50 UTs out of this fight, and it's easy to mess up and get an ET out of it. So I actually enjoy the challenge of getting, you know, all 50 UTs in here. See, I always feel like I have to kind of flip over them and jump away, when really I don't. Like, see, that time I kind of stood there. But see what happened? You know, I didn't have a full UT, but I was lucky to be able to charge, and then I killed all the 4 guys. So finding that pattern to keep everything going is really the key to all this. See, that's one of those things, if I didn't jump away, you know, I would have got how they do their little slap. But yeah, focus on killing 2 or 3 guys. You know, 1 if you have multiple essence out there, you know, if possible. But, you know, try not to, it's easy to kill all 4 too. And then if you kill all 4, you're not going to be able to, you know, get your full UTs, or your 50 UTs. So the goal here is to try to get the 50th UT by the time it's all over with. And what you can do to kind of keep track of all that is just right before you go into the fight. See, look at all the wasted time right there when I had the essence out there. But right before you go into the fight, add 250,000 points to your, or you know, to your score, and then you'll know where you stand on your UT. So my 50th UT was the one right before this. And then, you know, the rewards for these are just kind of stupid, you know, I think. But I go up to Miramasa here, and I pretty much buy everything that I can buy. Money is definitely not a problem for Rachel in any of her chapters. I think I don't buy the Spirit of Life because I'm going to get some inside here. Really a rebirth you really don't need, but maybe coming up to the next chapter for the Fiend challenge to have, so an extra Nimpo, that you can use. Uh, it's not a bad, it's not a bad thing. Haven't got to that chapter yet, or actually I'm on that chapter right now, chapter 8. So it's interesting. I didn't think about it, but in the chapter where Ryu gets here, if you notice in like Ninja Gaiden Black, there was that cutscene for him, but here because she already, did it, it's not for him whenever you get to her chapter. So again, a lot of wasted movement. There is kind of a sweet spot back there on the wall, or right around here. But if you get a little too far back, they just don't come, or they run farther back. So I'm betting I could get another UT out of that fight. I kind of messed it up, but I did want to have 2 essences to drag in here, and then use the stairs to your advantage. And usually if you're up kind of middle right here, they won't, do their flip, but if you're a little bit closer down to the bottom, they'll do their flip. Again, look at the kill counter, keep track of your essence. So again, maybe one more UT if the spacing was a little bit better. Now, one thing that I do that you don't have to do is, because there is so much time for this chapter, I go ahead and come out here and pick up the stuff that's in these chests right here. That way I don't have to do it in the next chapter and waste the time to do it, or forget to do it. Again, you have the time, you might as well pick it up. Use all the time, the chapter time, to your advantage. So there you go. Could be a little bit better. And, if you look at the score, I'm already 20,000 points behind Tomy. As good as all that looked, there's 4 UTs I'm already behind. And also, again, for the game, the kill count that you need to get doesn't include the Fiend challenge. So it's just so annoying that they didn't fix that for this, for the collection right here. Fix these little problems. But having said that, it all looked out, pretty good. I think get the celerity as soon as you can. Just kind of go back and forth between the sets of enemies by the first save statue, and then go in the arena. The black captain guy and the red guy are worth a lot of essence. Collect that, just kind of go back and forth a little bit. Buy your celerity. You can get another UT here and there because of that. But also the other part I wanted to stress was, when you pick up the Lily key, only kill 2 of the guys, so you don't have that little gated fight to do. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you did it, and you could go around to the very beginning again and save, I believe. I'm not sure that when those gates come up, do they stay up? I forget. Sorry if you could go back and save, but that's another 30 or 40 seconds, and then you can see I ran my time kind of close down. I wouldn't have picked up those spirit elixirs if my time was close. So again, just finding that balance and that trade-off, like we talk about, is something that people are going to have to just kind of figure out on their own. Hopefully the videos will help. But having said that, hope everybody enjoyed the video. If y'all have any comments, questions, or suggestions, they're always welcome. Y'all take care, and we'll see you in the next video.